Hi, I'm Reese Green,
I'm Caden Heil, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
music enthusiast. Woo!
Hi, I'm Sarah from Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with Popsicle Stick Airport. How are you guys?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Fantastic.
Amazing. I am I'm obsessed with On Your Mind. I just heard about you guys, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, and I have no idea how I haven't heard of you before then, but I'm obsessed with you guys. To start everything off, what was the first thing you guys listened to today?
Oh, what was it?
Podcast.
Which one?
Have you heard of Red Scare?
I have not.
Oh, okay. That's like the. All right. Well, we'll move past that. Music wise, his name is Mingus, and he makes like experimental like EDM. I don't know. A lot of them are just like Pokemon remixes, but that was what I was listening to.
I think the first thing I listened to today was a song called I Don't Want to Die in New York by Spice.
That's very cool because we were just talking about New York too.
We were just talking about New York, yeah.
Did you know this? Like, did you know that he listened to this?
Yeah, Caden's obsessed with that place. He wants to go really bad.
I love New York. I got my little toy shirt that says I Heart NY and everything.
You guys have been in like many bands before PSA. So, what were the other bands like, and how did you all like end up in this group?
I want to be like mean to ourselves, but they definitely were nowhere near as polished as where we're at now. I mean, Reese and we started making music together when I was 14. I was still a freshman in high school. So you can probably imagine, like, I couldn't play guitar back then, just straight up. You can still definitely hear some similarities from the older bands. It's been Reese and I since like the beginning. And then our other guitarist, Ethan, was initially in the first band we were in. And then he left for a while, and then he came back once we were PSA. And then we've just gone through a couple drummers and bassists. So that's kind of where we've ended up with the lineup today, kind of evolving as different people come and grow as we get older too.
Do you remember what that band name was called? Or is it just like a really bad band name that you never want to remember again?
Uh, it's we had a couple. The one we stuck with for the longest was Sula. I think you still might be able to find the music for it somewhere out there.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
but yeah, it's literally just like all demos from when I was, or I guess all of us are still just like high school students. So definitely a little lower in quality, but I still think there's some good songs in there.
And what's the most fondest musical memory you guys have as a band?
Ooh, as a band, I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but there's just been a couple of shows that we've had for me where it was just crazy energy. Got to play with bands that were like tight with. Probably one of those shows for me.
I don't know fondest, but a good one. A little younger than Gunner, but a little older than Caden. So I graduated in 2019, and in that like summer, like the first, I feel like it was the first thing I did was pack the van or pack the car and go play in another state and go like travel with friends and play music. So just kind of the first time doing that was like a fun moment. We like went to Lagoon, which is here in Utah. Just like my first road trip, first freedom with friends, road tripping and gigging. Really fun.
That it was just like a fun
I think
drive.
it's
That's
sufficient.
probably up there for me as well. I remember that. Yeah, honestly, that too. Like it's not always about music stuff. Sometimes just driving in a car as a band is really fun.
Mhm.
I know it sounds a little silly, but it's just road tripping with the fellas.
Road trips
Yeah,
are
I mean, yeah. Hayden had a kazoo that he befriended, and wouldn't let go of. So he loved that kazoo. Um, like the car got so hot that like I was like sitting in the back by myself and like in nothing but my undies. So it's
That's
like kind of emasculating, but like very humbling. Brought us closer.
like a fever trip.
I could just imagine you playing in the kazoo and then just like him like lying there like dead.
Yeah, that's pretty much like what it was.
Talk about On Your Mind. It is amazing. When did this idea for the song come about? What was like the first idea for this song?
I'll let Reese take this one.
First idea, I don't know. I mean, kind of just playing around with chords. I was very influenced, like, by the Strokes at the time as well. So kind of just anything that started off on a minor chord and like resolved in a weird way, you know, I don't know. So just kind of like doing different loops. It's really funny that like how similar the song is to Ain't It Fun by Paramore. So the groove kind of changed later, but you can like hear it in the demo. Like there's definitely like the dunk 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 dunk, you know, like, and especially like with the pre-chorus, like what is the pre-chorus in that song? What you gonna do? Da, 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 da. And it's like definitely in the pre-chorus in ours too, right? Like it has the dun 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 dun. Anyways, I'll just give this a play, but it was funny because I didn't really realize that at first. But this groove, I think, is like this is what it started out with, like is my understanding. So it goes. Did that like come through?
Yeah.
That's really cool. I haven't heard that in a while. It's way slower, as you can tell. There's not as much I don't know if the right word is staccato, but like, you know, one of my favorite things about the song is that it's like you like the fill goes in like no part leaves space for each other. It's like when the part comes in, it's like that part's like time to shine. So that's kind of cool that that's not the case in the demo. As you can hear, it's like more if it's just kind of more flowing together. It's not as like choppy.
You guys worked with Matt Keller on this one. How did you meet him?
I don't know if I know how we met, Matt. It was through Amy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was through Amy.
Connected us with him. Super great producer. It was so much fun working with him. He helped the song sound really good.
I would hope so.
Yeah, no. Yeah, Matt's great though.
The song is amazing. Have you played the song live yet? Like, is it absolutely chaotic with like all like the noises?
We have been we've been playing it live since about February, so probably about January. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
January 18th.
I thought, okay, you're right. Yeah, January. It's been so much fun to play. I don't know if fully chaotic is a way I describe it, but it's definitely something people like to jump around to. But yeah, we probably played it about 10, 11 times live by now, way before it came out.
Well, I mean, during COVID, you didn't really have a choice but to release music. And then maybe if you played a show, you would play the song there. But this time it was like, well, let's play a song that's not released. Like, let's have a song on our set list that isn't out yet. Like, people haven't heard it. And, you know, we had so much confidence in this song too, that it would gain the most like momentum by the time we released it. And I would say that definitely is true and like what and is the case given now that it's released. But like live, it was always like really fun. So Caden plays that rhythm, and like every single time, well, because we always preface it, and I mean until now when it's released now, but beforehand we were like, yeah, this one's like unreleased. It's called On Your Mind. Let's let it rip. And then Caden starts going. There's always like one person who's like they're like, oh, like they really believe they're hearing like the next thing, which is like really cool. So it definitely gets the most reaction like out of everything. I mean, I hope it continues to get reactions now that it's released, but that was my experience with it live.
Yeah, it is totally gonna like blow this world. It is so catchy. It is so good. What like a great like,
thank you. You keep
to describe this song. Clearly I'm not a writer, but this song is amazing and it's definitely gonna get places. But I'm wondering, since you guys posted on your Instagram, you were like new music soonish or something, so what can you tell us about that?
What can we tell you about that? It's coming eventually.
We did say that. More stuff coming soon. I mean, we're always writing I'm always writing. I don't know. I mean, I will say, and I say this every time, but like I believe like I wrote the best songs I've ever written as of just now. While we're writing to fit whatever release is gonna fit with On Your Mind. I hope like that's exciting. That like it's the best stuff I've ever done. I feel that way every time. It is kind of on hold, like personally. I mean, if you saw that, like when I screen shared, that initial demo was like from October of last year. So it does take like some time to get it where I want it, and to kind of go through these stages of like, do we release this or do we need to make a different step? So I mean, I'll admit that I'm kind of going through that right now personally, of like, maybe we shouldn't release something super predictable, maybe something out of left field right now, and that's going to take more time. But I think by the end of this summer I want to have something else, like either out or like near, like, or at least announced.
My next and last question for you guys is, who are your favorite artists right now?
Caroline Polachek
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Caroline. Hang is definitely this album right now that I like come back to like every 4 to 6 months, and every time I'm like, oh, like I get something new and amazing from it. Kendrick just dropped. I was a big fan of that. Surf, that's like SERPH. I don't even know how to really describe that. Meat Computer, AG Cook. AG Cook is like also someone, he has this playlist. And are you familiar with AG Cook actually, by chance?
I've never heard of him.
Okay, so AG Cook is he's the founder of PC Music, which is like a kind of like a label or like music collective, and he produces for Charlie XCX.
Cool.
Or he did kind of, I mean, yeah, I mean, she has multiple producers, what I mean by that. So she kind of cycles through, but a good chunk into like her surreal electronic like pop arc was mostly attributed to him, or at least that's my understanding. So he's like another one. I look up to him an insanely amount. He's fantastic.
Like the first song I've been listening to a lot of Spice recently. Our other guitarist Ethan actually put them on to me. He played one of their songs while we were driving to Utah. Same singer as the band Ceremony, which is pretty cool. Lots of Ultra Q recently. Love Ultra Q. Some Title Fight, Interpol, Turnstile. I don't know. I don't have like a super crazy music taste or anything. I don't, but that's just kind of what I've been up to recently. It changes a lot. But yeah, those are like 5 bands I'm listening to right now.
That's a great list. Well, thank you so much, guys, for chatting with me. It was lots of fun.
Thanks for having us.